you start piling in here, go ahead and just let me know who we have here on the line. What is your, who here is, what is it you do? What are your spiritual superpowers? And who do you help? Like, who's your niche? So, guys, welcome to the Six Figure Spirit Facebook group for hypnotists and holistic practitioners who are really serious about turning their holistic business or hypnosis business into a full-time, actual business, right? A business you can actually make a living off of. So if you're ready to do that, if that's who you are, let's just get started by dropping the word me. Just drop the word me if you're ready to really learn about how to eliminate these these sales objections that come up on our calls here as we are trying to attract more high-ticket clients. So, guys, can you go ahead, give me a yes or give me a thumbs up and let me know if you can see me and hear me okay? Yep, and then also just jump in and just plop down in the chat. Who is it? Like, who are you? What are your spiritual superpowers? And who is it that you help? Okay, and guys, let me know. Can you hear me and see me okay? Let me know. Hopefully this doesn't get worse. I just have really bad sinuses right now. So guys, give me a thumbs up, give me a yes. Can you hear me and see me okay? Just let me know. And then we will jump in here for today. Cool, loud and kitty clear. Yeah, she's around here somewhere. But guys, all right, let's go. So for those of you who are brand new to the group, welcome to Six Figure Spirit. We've had quite a few new faces in here in the past 7 days. And cool, Kathy says she can hear me and see me okay. All right. Well, welcome to Six Figure Spirit, guys. Again, this is the group for hypnotists and holistic practitioners who are ready to build out their business, who are ready to get serious about the business. Not just a little bit of this and knocking on doors and going to yoga studios and passing out business cards. That's way back. That's 90s stuff. We're talking about how to actually create an online virtual business post-COVID so that you're pandemic-proof, right? Who here wants to build a pandemic-proof business, right? That really is the key to survival in today's world, is to have a pandemic-proof business. So going online in 2023 is really the way to go, okay? So for those of you who don't know me, who are new to the group, my name is Lydia Catherine. I'm also a board certified hypnotist, gone sales ninja guru. So I started my business as a hypnotist way back in 2017. I started pretty quick. Like, I got my certification and started seeing paying clients pretty much within the month, right at the end of the month. I did not want to forget what I learned. So I started seeing paying clients pretty quickly. How many of you here are still doing freebies, by the way? Drop the word freebie if you're doing freebies, but you're ready to attract paying clients. Maybe not just paying clients. Like, you want to soar. Like, you want to get those clients who actually play on your level, right? Who see the value in the work, who take the work as seriously as you do. Just drop the word freebie if any of you are still doing freebies right now, but you're ready to blast through that, and you're ready, but you want to see those clients who take the work seriously, right? You want people who see the value, who are not gonna tire kick, that are not just window shopping and perusing around for the cheapest thing, right? Is that who you really want to work with, right? So Victoria says freebie, but you're ready to soar. Love it. Let's do it. Let's bring in the high-ticket buyers. These are the best clients, guys. I can tell you, from having sold like $2,000 hypnosis programs and below, and then selling successfully $5,000 hypnosis programs and above. There is a huge difference between the way clients show up. I mean, with 2,000 and below, it's kind of a drop in the bucket for most people. Most people in today's world, we don't live in a third world country, can find $2,000 somewhere on a credit card, in their savings. Maybe it's like one paycheck, right? It's really not a lot, okay? And what I have discovered is that the amount of commitment that you get from a client is really actually correlated, I think that's the word I'm trying to think of, correlated with how much they have invested, or I should say how much value they have traded financially. Okay, people have to trade something of value to actually receive value. Right? And I did not really know this as a hypnotist when I was starting my business. Okay, so how, and think about it. Can all of you think of a time where you didn't spend as much and you didn't commit as much, right? But can you all think of a time where you didn't spend much, you didn't commit as much, but then you spent a lot and you are way more committed? Can everybody here think of a time? Just what did you invest in? I'll start. So when I invested in my fitness, okay, I used to invest like thousands of dollars actually into bodybuilding coaching. And I was pretty much committed, like in a whatever 8-month, 6-month, whatever program. So I noticed if I spent less on my fitness, I would be less committed, because now my threshold, my value spending threshold, was this much. In fact, now in 2023, in order to get my butt moving, I had to invest more in my fitness. I had to double down. I actually had to spend about $2,500 to actually commit to the program that I bought. So can all of you think of, like, just drop it below in the comments, like, what is something you invested in and you took off, like you really got good results because you were financially committed? I'm sure all of us have invested in something. So just drop that below, whatever you guys have done. I'm sure we're all personal development junkies here. So maybe you've invested in your health, you've invested in your fitness, you've invested in your relationships, you've invested in your marriage, you've invested in your own personal development, in learning a skill, right? Maybe you took skiing lessons, or you learned how to ride, I don't know, like, learned how to play the piano or something like that. Like, how much did you have to spend in order to get your butt moving? It's important to pay attention to this number, because this is going to be probably roughly around what your price point needs to be for your clients. Okay? This is going to have to be roughly around, if you want your clients to achieve the same level of results, probably have to spend about the same. Okay? So if you're here, for instance, if I was selling a weight loss program, whether it's, let's pretend it's a weight loss hypnosis program. So I sold my weight loss hypnosis programs for about $6,000. Okay, and here's why: because I've invested probably tens of thousands in my weight loss journey. Okay, and in order for my clients to get the results and to stay committed, plus remembering that these people already have a higher threshold. Weight loss clients already have a higher spending threshold than most other niches. Okay, and here's why: because many of these people have already done surgery. They've already spent tens of thousands on therapy or prescription drugs or other forms of, weight loss centers, weight loss pills, right? So there's already people sinking a good amount of money in this. So if you charge less for a weight loss program, what do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen if you charge someone $2,000 who's already had gastric bypass surgery, who's already spent hundreds of dollars on pills? What do you think's going to happen? Let's do a quick poll here. Just doing a value comparison, right? What do you guys think's going to happen? Drop it below. Do you think they're going to be more motivated? Do you think they're going to be less motivated if you charge, let's say, $2,000? What do you guys think? This is how you want to think about high ticket pricing. This is going to get you thinking like a high ticket healer or hypnotist. Okay? What do you guys think? Less? You think they're going to take it less seriously, or do you think they take it more seriously if they're only spending a couple thousand, or even less? There's even some of you healers who are charging a few $100s for a weight loss, right? And anxiety is a good one as well. Anxiety is another good one. I mean, how much money have people already spent to get over their anxiety? Okay. You guys still with me? Let me know. I just want to make sure my thing hasn't frozen on my side. Okay. What do you guys think? Are they going to be less committed, or more committed if they spend less than what they are used to. Because we all have this threshold, okay? And the process is called, and if you're a hypnotist, you probably know about it, it's called systematic desensitization. Okay, so we get desensitized to these thresholds, okay? So now next time when I buy a weight loss program, it's probably gonna need to be like 3,000 or 3,500, okay? It just really depends on how long I kind of sit in that space. All right. All right. So are you guys ready to talk about blasting through and breaking through sales objections here today? Let me know. You guys ready to jump into this? You guys ready to talk about this? How many of you here, imagine what it would be like if you could do a sales call and not have to battle things like, I got to think about it. Can I talk to my spouse? What kind of objections do you guys get? Drop them in the chat below just so I can see what kind of objections you guys are running into. What kind of objections do you guys typically hear right now? I don't have the time. Right? Can you send me a summary? Can you send me a summary of everything you talk about? Right? What kind of objections are you guys running into? Joseph, good stuff. So Reiki, rock and roll. Rolled in heavy anti-armor in the Army National Guard. Thank you for your service. Cat receiver and records of the Akashic Consultants. Very cool. We have a lot of Akashic record readers in the group. So what kind of objections are you guys running into? Just go ahead and drop it in the chat. Is it a money objection, time objection? What are you guys getting tired of battling? It's probably a better way to ask it. When I was a hypnotist, one of the most common ones was, can I take some time to think about it? Or I'm going to shop around. I'm going to call someone else, right? I'm going to talk to the next hypnotist or the next person, right? The next Joe Schmo down the street, right? So what kind of objections are you guys running into here? Joseph says, can I think about it? And can I get back to you? Yeah, probably some of the most common ones. What about everybody else here? What are you guys running into? What are some of those common objections that are keeping clients from investing with you? What are some of the biggest headaches right now? Let's get a couple more here. No other objections, guys? That's it? Those are the only two that you're battling here today? It's just Joseph? Because if that's the only two that will work on then. Because if you guys give me the exact objections you're running into, I can give you guys the exact scripts to help you with that. You see that? So the more specific we can get here, the better. Okay? So drop your objections that you're running into in the chat below. And let's talk about like what ends up happening in our businesses if we are running into these objections, right? If this is the roadblock, right? This is one of the biggest roadblocks for most healers and hypnotists, right? And what ends up happening is, this is what happened to me a lot when I was doing hypnosis sessions, I would get off the call confused. Like I would get off the call confused. How many of you here are doing sales calls, strategy calls, discovery calls? You find yourself getting off the call and you have no idea, you have no idea where things are. This was something that happened to me all the time. I had no idea if they were going to follow up. I had no idea if I needed to follow up. Like it was like a game. It was like a game. So Victoria says, service to self from other healers, right? So what that tells me, what I'm assuming is you're telling me that, Victoria, they're going to other people, like other people for the same services. So if you don't stand out in your own category, this is exactly what ends up happening. Okay, and that's why I teach here in this in my group, like to charge for the result and not for your time or for the modality. Okay, if you're selling the modality, you're doing it wrong. If you're selling the modality, if you're selling hypnosis, if you're selling Reiki, if you're selling readings, whatever it is, this is what you're going to run into. Okay, so the solution to this would be to put yourself in your own category. maybe this is something we'll talk about in like in our one of our future live trainings, is how to help yourself stand out from other healers so that they don't. So other healers think we should not charge and call it service to self. Well, what do you think kind of mindset those people are in? They think it's like a charity. They think it's like a charity, service to self and not charge. These people feel guilty for charging. So there's actually healers out there who are teaching other healers to feel bad for charging. Are you guys seeing that? Like, I'm getting a lot of it, a lot of you guys in this group that are being taught that you should be a charity, that you should feel good about giving your time away and of serving others. No way. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, that's not what I teach here. Toyota doesn't give away cars for free or huge discounts because they feel bad for people that have a rough time. Okay, so do you think you should operate that way if other businesses aren't giving away free stuff? Think about it. Think about it. Which category do you want to be in? Do you want to be in the category of making money, or do you want to be in the category of like a charity? Okay, you can definitely operate like a charity, but what's going to happen to you, right? You're not filling your own cup first. A lot of healers and hypnotists here you're expecting something from others, but you're not filling your own cup. So why would clients invest in you if you're not investing in you? You see what I mean? All right. So what ends up how this shows up in people's businesses is that you end up feeling confused when you get off of a strategy or sales call. Okay. You believe the objections, so you end up feeling kind of fooled. How many of you have ever gotten off a sales or strategy call and you actually feel like you were tricked almost? Like you feel like you were kind of fooled. Like they told you they were gonna get back in touch with you and then ghosted. Right? How many of you have been ghosted before? Drop the word ghost below if you've been ghosted before. Okay, this is why this happens. Okay, and then we end up feeling like we've been taken advantage of, where our time has been taken advantage of, our energy has been taken advantage of, and this is what happens if you don't know how to navigate these time and money objections. Okay. And over the course of time, what ends up happening is we start to question ourselves, and we start to question our own value, right? Don't we? How many of you have been in this place for so long? Now you're like, well, maybe it's me. Maybe it's my offer. Maybe it's my skill set. Like maybe there's something wrong with one of these things. And then you start to have all these doubts creep in, right? So now the mind games and the stories begin. So Victoria says lots of ghosts for sure. Yeah, so that's why the strategies I teach here are very direct, very straight to the point. There's no beating around the bush. We're here to get straight to the point. That's the kind of business that I like to have, that I like to run. Just being straightforward with people. There's no time. Like I don't appreciate people beating around the bush with me. So that tends to be the type of client I attract, is that person who's got no time for that BS and is just wants the result, right? So you got to think of, what ends up happening is we attract the exact clients that we are. We end up attracting the exact clients that we are. So if we haven't been able to help ourselves through some of these objections, we're going to have a hard time navigating our prospects through these objections as well. Okay, if you haven't been able to overcome something, why would you be able to help someone else overcome it, right? Okay. So Joseph says free, attracting limited samples like coffee and donuts, but the main meal of a high ticket item will satisfy what you need. Yeah, and I put out a post about this a couple weeks ago, or maybe it was this week. A lot of healers come in here and they want to start with passive income. Well, the problem with starting with passive income is already your ticket price is very low. And a lot of that, let's say you do make some sales, a lot of that's going to be eaten away by your ad spend and by your marketing costs, okay? So when you start with a low ticket item, like an Etsy store, you're selling like jewelry, or you're selling crystals and things like that. Does anyone here sell a product like that? Like crystals, jewelry. I know some of you are selling creams or, little products. You're never going to make a full-time living from this. You're never going to make a full-time living from this. Okay? Not this alone. Not this alone. Okay, there's got to be another way, and usually these smaller ticket items end up actually leading a person to a higher ticket item. Actually, it's part of like a path. Okay, so typically, if you're doing some sort of online service-based holistic business, you're going to use a lower ticket item to navigate people to your higher ticket item. Okay, lower ticket items by themselves are not going to pay the bills, especially after everything's liquidated by your cost to run your business, okay, and your cost for your marketing. Okay, so you end up getting ghosted, right? You feel blindsided after your calls. This was happening to me a lot. And usually what I noticed when this kept happening was I had a lot of anxiety during, before, and after these calls. So how many of you feel like there's some anxiety around these calls right now? Like you feel like, is this person going to buy, right? Things like this are running through your head. Is this person going to buy? Are they going to be willing to pay? Are they going to be willing to invest? Are they going to like my offer? And when we start asking these questions, we are now in the place of powerlessness. We're in a place of powerlessness. We're not in our own energy anymore. Now we're in a very more of a victim role, right? I'm not saying you are a victim, but this is more of a victim energy. And what do you think is going to happen, right? What do you think is going to happen? Okay. My computer's trying to go to sleep here. So how many of you have maybe some sort of anxiety before, during, or even after your calls? There's anxiety around, are they going to get back to me? Am I going to hear from them again? When should I follow up with them? These are all very common questions that I hear. I see an angry face here. Joseph got an angry face. Yeah, lots of ghosting. But look, we can't eliminate ghosting. However, we can minimize it. Okay? And part of that, a lot of this should be resolved in your messaging. Okay? A lot of quality control comes from your messaging. So if your messaging isn't tightened up enough, if your messaging is not already attracting high quality people, you're gonna have to filter through a lot more ghosters, non-responders, late responders, or people who just have no urgency whatsoever. All right. Okay. And then what happens in the business if you're not able to navigate these objections is a emotional roller coaster. So you have roller coaster incomes, revenues, right? So how many of you feel like you have 1 month up, 1 month down? Maybe you're doing 8,000 one month, 2,000 another, 5,000 this month, 1,000 this. It's not consistent. So if you don't know how to navigate these objections, and this is coming from a place of fear they're not going to like your price, or fear they're not going to close, then you end up getting roller coaster results in the business as well. Roller coaster, emotional roller coasters, as well as with your revenue as well. Okay. So how many of you are looking to break the 10K barrier? Let's do a quick poll here so I can see where everyone's at. Drop the word 10K below if you're wanting to break the 10K mark. Let's see where everyone is here today. And I'm going to get a swig of coffee. Who here is wanting to break 10K per month, just so I can see where you are? You guys had a long week, huh? You guys are already tired. Nobody here wants to break 10K? You're all already there? Let's see, what are your goals here, guys? Just drop, what's the next level in your business look like? Is it 10K? Is it 20K? Is it 30K? The strategies that I drop here will actually allow you to do anything really up to 100,000. However, eventually you'll need a team. Eventually you'll need a team to get to 100,000 months, if that is your goal. If you want to build $1 million business, which is where I'm headed, which I'm excited about, bringing on my new employee probably next week. So Victoria says, long week, but can go over 10K. All right, appreciate your feedback here. And then Joseph says 10K. I think that's where most healers and hypnotists are by the time they find us. They're kind of stuck at the like 0 to 5K mark is where most healers are by the time they find a six-figure spirit. Okay. So you've got emotional roller coasters, you've got revenue roller coasters in the business. And then because of this, because a lot of healers and hypnotists don't know how to navigate these objections, what ends up happening is you end up getting stuck selling low ticket or single sessions. So how many of you are wanting to get away from selling single sessions? Let me know below. Drop the word single below if you're wanting to get away from selling single sessions. So chances are, if you don't know how to navigate these money and time objections, then chances are you're still selling single sessions, or maybe you're selling smaller packages, right? A package of 3 sessions, a pack of 2 sessions, a pack of 1 session, whatever that looks like. Yeah. So this is exactly. I mean, this was really one of the reasons why I built my business, is because I realized most hypnotists and healers had no idea that people would be willing to invest. People are willing to invest $5K and above into hypnosis and healing, okay? However, how we sell this is going to be different than a conversation to sell a single session, okay? All right. So Victoria's you're wanting to get away from the single sessions. So yeah, if you're caught between the single session, smaller package, kind of trap that a lot of healers and hypnotists get stuck in. And then one of the other biggest mistakes I see a lot of healers and hypnotists make is they cave in at the end of the call. So here's what this looks like. You drop your price at the end of a call, and then all of a sudden, like you put a lower price than you would have you would have really liked to. How many of you are doing this on your calls right now? Like, you are underselling yourself, and you are, but you're dropping a lower price at the end of your call, just out of fear, right? Out of fear of they're not going to buy. Okay? This was something I used to do all the time. I used to do this all the time, okay? And it's not fun. I'll be honest. Like, it was not fun running my hypnosis business like this. It was horrible. It was another job. It became another job. It became another job. I was still barely able to make ends meet. I was making bare minimum. And a lot of this, again, comes from feeling sorry for and pitying our clients for investing in us. Okay? That's not what I want you guys to take away from here. That's not the way we should be selling. Okay? Aren't we here to empower people, not depower them? Okay? And part of that empowering your client is going to help them believe that investing 5K in themselves is good for them. It's good for them. We want them to be inspired to invest. How many of you would rather you want your clients to be inspired to invest versus afraid, right? Drop the word inspired below. If you want your clients to be inspired to invest, even if they don't have the money, they'll go find it, right? I've had clients go and find the money, and then come back, So that's the type of conversation don't you want to have, right? Instead of you having to hold the anxiety, you having to live in fear of not having a client, don't you want it to be the other way around? Okay? All right. So if any of this resonates for you, what we're going to talk about here, these 5 shifts here, are going to be a big deal for you. These are going to be things you want to take notes of. Okay. If anything that I said in the previous list resonates with you. Okay. You guys ready for me to go into these? Drop the number 5 below if you're ready for me to go into these 5 things. And again, what I recommend is take notes on these 5 things. Just drop the number 5 if you're ready to go, and I'm going to get a drink of water. Like I said, my voice keeps going in and out. I think I just caught a cold here. And if you are watching the replay here, also comment below. And And also, some of you are brand new to the group. So if you're brand new to the group, whether you're here live or watching the replay, some of you have come in and haven't gotten access to the mini course. So if you came in and you haven't gotten access to the four steps to a six-figure spiritual business mini course, I'm going to drop the link here. So mini course link. What you'll do if you still want the mini course is tap that m.me link, open up my chat box, drop the word course inside of my messenger box. This will let me know that you haven't gotten the course yet. And if you're watching the replay and you're brand new to the group, tap that m.me link, drop the word course, and then I'll know to get you over the course. Okay? All right. So let's talk about it, guys. Let's talk about these objections. All right. So the first thing here is, big mistake here is, do not wait till the end to manage or eliminate or rule out these objections. Most hypnotists and healers will wait till the very end. They'll wait till the very end, and now they're battling, I need to talk to my spouse, I need to think about it, this seems a little expensive, can you send me a summary? This is not the way to do a proper high-ticket sales call, okay? In fact, the key here is to rule out all of these things before you drop your price, before you drop your price point. Okay, so here's a great example, and this leads me to the shift number 2 here. How many of you battle with the spouse objection? How many of you drop the word spouse below if you're battling with the spouse objection? How many of you are battling the spouse objection right now? Because what I'm going to give you is the exact strategy to eliminate that. Anyone here battling the spouse objection right now? Nobody here? It's not a problem for any of you guys? This might sound like I need to talk to my husband, I need to talk to my wife, I need to talk to my business partner, I need to talk to my friend. Right? Anybody here want to know how to eliminate the spouse objection? If not, we'll just move on. Maybe nobody here is struggling with that. Nobody here needs help with that? So Victoria says yes. Anybody else here getting the spouse objection? That's it, just Victoria, huh? I have a hard time believing that. But I'll give it to you anyway. So here's what you want to do to eliminate the spouse objection, okay? You're going to want to have everyone in the room, okay? Which means you find out in advance if anybody else needs to be on the call for them to make any financial decisions with their business, with their health, with their anxiety, weight loss, whatever they're coming to you for. You're going to want to get everybody on a call, okay? Because if you don't, you're gonna run into this at some point, okay? You got so many creative objections, Joseph. So, guys, never ever do another call again. Somebody who requires a business partner, spouse, or whatever, get everybody on a call. Get everybody on a call. Get everyone right there in the room, okay? That's how you'll be able to close those clients, okay? So that's already going to save you a huge headache, okay? So don't wait until the very end. Eliminate these objections before you drop your price. And then for the spouse objection, you're going to want to get everybody inside the room on a call together. Okay? Then there's no reason for that objection to happen. Okay? All right. So that will take care of shift 1 and 2. Let's go into number 3. You guys ready for the third one here? Here's a good one. You guys ready for number 3? Let me know. Drop the number 3 below if you're ready for this one. I know a lot of you guys are tired today. I'm tired too. Hence the coffee. But let me know you're still with me and you guys can still hear me. Are you guys getting any lag on your side? Is my internet clear for you guys? Let me know. Is there any lag or anything? I'm testing this. This is new. I typically do Zoom calls. But I found Facebook Lives are so much easier to actually prepare. So everything's good, no lag or anything, perfect. All right. So Point number 3. Okay, cool, awesome. So it looks like my internet's good. So point number 3 here is never take what a prospect says at face value. Never take what they say. Whoop, there's a cat. Never take what a prospect says at face value. And here's an example of this. If they said, for instance, yeah, I'll get back to you. Never ever accept that at face value. Or if they say, I can't afford it, never ever take what they say at face value. Another example is if you're in the DMs and somebody says, I can't afford your services, I already know I can't invest, never take what someone says at face value. Okay? So I never take what prospects say over a call or over DM or wherever you're doing this at face value. You're always going to want to dig a little bit. You're always going to want to dig a little bit. Okay? All right. And guys, feel free to drop your questions as we go here. Drop your questions, drop your comments. This is an opportunity for you guys to grab some free coaching as well. And then for those of you watching the replay, feel free to drop your questions below. Or if you still need the mini course and you haven't gotten that yet, again, I'll put in my link below and just drop the word course below in that link, and then I'll send it over to you. All right. All right. So let's go into shift number 4 here. Let me get rid of this cat here. Guys, say hi to Barbell. Guys, say hi to Barbell. She can see, look at this. She loves the kisses. Look at this. She will actually block me from kisses now. I think I've traumatized my cat with kisses. She knows they're coming. So, all right, shift number 4 here. Let's wrap this up. So only ever follow up when you know, only when you know it's just the money. Okay, meow, meow is right. I love it. Cat whisperer. So only ever follow up with somebody if I love all the heart eyes. Did you see that? She's like, go away, no kisses. So shift number 4 here is only follow up with a prospect if you literally know it's just the finances. Okay, only if you know it's just the finances. If you're unclear about why they need to follow up, don't end the call. Don't end the call. Okay? You all are more entertained by the cat than the shift I'm giving you, it looks like. Okay. All right, that was number 4, guys. All right. So never, ever end the call. Never take what a prospect says at face value. I can't afford it. Can I get back to you? Right? Never believe that. Never take that at face value. Hey, Eric. Good to see you. What's up? What's up? And then going in for the last shift here, number 5. All right. You guys ready for this last one? Last one here. Are you guys taking notes? I hope you're taking notes on this. All right. And I kind of already touched base on this just a little bit. Never get off a call without clarity. Never, ever get off a sales call without clarity. Okay? If you are unsure, you don't know where things are, and your prospect's telling you, I'll get back to you, I'll shoot you an email, I'll do this, whatever, and it doesn't feel congruent, do not get off the call, because you deserve clarity too. You deserve clarity too. Okay? A lot of you guys end your strategy and sales calls not knowing where things are. Okay? And basically what that says is you're not making yourself a priority. You're not making yourself a priority. You're sort of bending over backwards, people pleasing, which a lot of us, especially if you're an empath, people pleasing may be part of your history. There is no room for people pleasing on a sales call. Just get rid of it, throw it out. It doesn't work. It's not going to help you get more sales. Okay, it's going to do the exact opposite. All right. So let's do a quick recap here. And guys, as I'm recapping these, go ahead and just drop any questions you have. If you drop a specific objection you're running into, I can give you an objection destroyer script. Okay. So let me know what specific objections you're having before we wrap up here, and I can tell you exactly what you can say to eliminate and help break through that objection. Okay, as I'm going through these, just drop them below if you have any. Again, first one, number one here is do not wait till the end to handle objections. Handle them before you drop your price, because anything you don't squash before your price point, you're going to battle after. You're going to battle after. Okay. Joseph says, is it cool to mention previous clients how they value your service to keep it real, especially if they're hesitant? I wouldn't say it exactly like that. What I would say is talk about a past client's wins. Talk about past clients' wins. In fact, what I recommend is all of your prospects, all of your potential clients should have some sort of value, or should see some testimonials or something before they get on a call with you. I recommend having some sort of testimonial to send people, like some sort of a mini, whatever. It doesn't matter what the format is, but get them involved in your content. Get them involved in some of your past client wins before you get on a call with them, okay? Or else you're going to have to battle, is this going to work for me? Okay? How many of you run into that objection? This objection is it going to work for me specifically? Anyone here running into that objection? Is it going to work for me? Okay? They see it working for you, but they're like, well, how do I know it's going to work for me? Anyone here running into that? If not, then I'll just skip over this. Nobody here is running into that? All right, we'll just skip over that one then. Victoria says, is Google Biz or web page a place to put testimonials? Yeah, everywhere. Everywhere, anything that's client facing, put snapshots, screenshots, testimonials. What's going to be best is video. At this point, your competition is now putting out video testimonials. So in order for you to be competitive, you're going to need to use video too. Okay, written testimonials are okay. Again, now your competition is getting evidence. They're getting video. If you don't have video, you're not going to stand out among the rest of the pack. Okay, so and you know what? Here's what I'm willing to do, guys. I don't typically. In fact, I've actually never given this out publicly. I've never given this out publicly. This is only for paying clients, okay? But what I'm willing to do here is, if you want it, I don't ask clients for testimonials, because what ends up happening is clients freeze and they get on video and they're like, oh, Victoria was super helpful in helping me with this X, Y, and Z, and I would definitely hire her again. And it sounds very staged. It sounds like they rehearsed it, and it doesn't sound real, okay? And so what I teach my clients is to do more of an interview style, okay? And I have a specific template that my clients, and she's back again. This cat can fly, guys. This cat can freaking fly. I have a specific template that I give to my clients to interview their clients with, to get the emotion out inside of their interviews, which is what excites people who are watching the interview to buy, right? We want to get emotion out during the interview, okay? So I've never given this away, but if you do want that template, what I'll recommend that you do is grab my m.me link, tap that link, drop the word interview in my chat. And then what I will do is give you this template. I will give you this template for free. Okay, I'm in a giving mood today. Maybe it's because I caught up with sleep. I don't know. It's the sun's out. That's probably what it is. But if you guys want this, what I'll do is tap the link. I'll give you my exact template that I give to my paying clients that they use to extract emotions from their clients to get a powerful interview to put on their website or put on their Facebook page or wherever. Okay. So yeah, she jumped on with their paw power and authority. You better believe it. This cat don't take no for an answer. She do not take no for an answer. So, all right, guys. So any other questions here today? Did I miss anything? Any other questions here? Just drop them in here. We have a couple minutes left. And then, like I said, if you're watching the replay and you want an interview template, tap my link, drop the word interview. If you still want the mini course, you haven't gotten that yet, drop the word course in my chat, and then I will send that over to you. Victoria says, so YouTube channel first before. No, you don't need a YouTube channel at all. If that's where you want to host your testimonial, so you could do that. But do you need a YouTube channel? No. You do not need a YouTube channel. Personally, I found a YouTube channel just extra work. It was just more work. It was just another thing I had to keep updated. So what I teach is generating sales just using Facebook. So how to find high-ticket clients using Facebook. You could certainly add a YouTube channel if you want. I don't teach YouTube. Personally, I found with YouTube, you can spend a lot of money and get a little. Versus with Facebook, you can spend a little and get a lot, which is why I like Facebook. Okay? All right, guys, that's what I have here today. Hopefully that was helpful for you. Let me know if you got value out of this by dropping the word value below. And if you're watching the replay, drop the word value below if this is helpful for you. Drop any questions you have below, and drop the course or drop interview if you want the template for creating powerful and emotional interviews from your current clients so you can attract new clients and let your interviews sell your clients for you. Let your interviews sell your clients instead of you. All right, guys. Thanks for being with me here on this Wednesday, and I will see you next Wednesday. Good to see some of you guys. Good to see you, Iona. It's been a minute. Looks like you got value. Good stuff. And I will see you guys inside of the group. Bye-bye now.